Hey everybody, I thought I would create a video on here. It's August 10th, 2024, the day after my 42nd birthday. I'm out here at work. I took PTO all week. This is my first night back. It's a Saturday night, and I thought I'd make a video here about my job again. And as you can see, um, this right here is my company. I'm sorry if you all hate that company. I'm sorry if you work for that company and you're watching this video. Maybe it shouldn't be on there. Let's just bleep that out for a little bit. Maybe I can move my camera. Okay, it doesn't work. I mean, look, I'm just gonna tell you all right now. I'm in trucking, okay? I don't know how many of you watch this video, if you ever will watch this video. I don't care. The point is, I work in trucking, I'm in transportation, I work nights, I work 12 hours, and these trailers back here, that's the stuff I move all night. I move all these trailers around the yard from point A to point B for 12 fucking hours. 12 fucking hours I do this shit. I'm tired, it's lonely, it's dark. Just this week I took PTO, I was exhausted. Okay, I slept the most I've ever slept in like 3 years, and almost the nearly 3 years that I've been here. I've slept like a baby. I've slept like a rock. The most I've ever slept. Like there's a time where I slept almost 14 or 15 hours in one day, and then I went back and I took a nap for like an hour or two. So really I slept like almost 24 hours. It was insane. I had like 6 hours awake time or something like that. That's not, you shouldn't have to sleep that much. And so that kind of tells you that this job is very demanding. It's very hard on your body, like mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. It's hard on you. It takes a toll. And I can understand these guys working in their 70s. Like, I get it. Like, maybe they have no purpose in life but to work. Maybe they got kids. Maybe they got bad debt. I don't know. But it's like, why the hell would you want to work like at a place like this until you're 70, like until you're well into your like 60s and 70s. By 62 you should be retired. 60 is good, I guess, to retire, but I want to be retired when I'm 50. In fact, I want to be retired right now. Who am I kidding? Like, who wants to fucking work? So that leads me to this video. I came back, or yesterday I checked my messages because my boss sends out these group texts. He sends out the schedule. So I look on the schedule, and lo and behold, one of these shuttle drivers is not on the schedule. And I know I could point my finger at people, and I can name names, but we're not going to do that here for the sake of privacy. But one of the shuttle drivers was missing from the schedule, and I thought to myself, oh, they went and did a thing. They went and talked to the boss, or they went around the boss's back, and they went and did a thing, and they got themselves fired, or they got themselves transferred to a different account. But nonetheless, they're not here. They're not on the schedule anymore. They probably got fired, or they quit voluntarily. They probably give them a choice, like, hey, you can resign, or we can terminate you, but you can't work here anymore, essentially. I think that's kind of what happened. I think they just transfer the person to a different account, because they were causing problems, I feel like. I kind of heard from other people that this said coworker was, doing things that were kind of shady. I've heard different things that they've done that's kind of shady. That's kind of like, what? You did that? And like, they weren't really the best worker. They weren't like the hardest worker here. I've seen their actions. I've been around them almost 3 years now, and I know how they work. I know how they roll, and it's like, oh my God, like, why did they keep this person on, But I thought about it for a while, and I was like, this person made a contribution here. Whether or not people liked them or disliked them, they made a contribution. They took their time and energy to be here. And we could have not have had that person. It could have been harder without that person. Yet they were here, and they made a little bit of contribution. They did like minuscule, minuscule, like tiny. But over time, this added up, and over time, it was a contribution. and it was energy extracted, it was energy given and taken away. And at the end of the day, it's all energy. You know, the energy you expend on this yard, the energy you expend talking to people, doing these moves, talking to your coworkers, doing your job. I mean, tonight I'm gonna expend probably way more energy than I'll do now. I've only done a little bit of work tonight, and I'm making this video. But I want to let y'all know, like, about trucking, because it's hard. It's very, very hard. Don't go into trucking if you think you're gonna make tons of money and you're gonna be like drive this big rig and you're gonna be all tough and cool and like a hot shot, and maybe you want to get behind the wheel of a truck to see how it feels. Like, maybe you just want that experience, and I wanted that experience for myself, and I got that experience. I got a whole lot of other experiences, peripheral experiences beyond that I could talk about that I don't want to right now. And I want to say this: I fulfilled a goal, I fulfilled a dream, and yet I'm here at this job and I don't like it and I want out. And so I thought about that. I thought about the nature of like giving up and giving in and doing your time and fulfilling a goal. And is it all ego? It kind of is. I mean, it's really just ego. Like, if you think about it at the end of the day, I mean, what is a goal? It's achieving something that you want to achieve. It could be something that collectively we all want to achieve. So in a way, it's kind of like, it's got a little bit ego in it, but it's also like, I collectively am a part of something where I want everyone to achieve more, like a team together, everyone achieves more. Or I could say, I want this person to have a better life than me. So, I mean, I guess that's not, I mean, that, and we could put ego into that. That could be very ego as well. You could be the martyr in that. You could do the martyr syndrome, you know, you could play the martyr in that scenario. And a lot of people do that, where they say, hey, I want this person to have a better life than me, you know, like their family, their kids, you know, if they're a parent. And let's not get fooled by that, because ego's like behind a lot of this stuff. And so I thought this week, you know, all my goals in my life, they've been very ego driven. I've been very ego driven. You know, I in my 30s, I chased after money, girls. I chased after a business that ultimately never really panned out. Here I am, you know. If it panned out, I wouldn't be here. And it kind of did. It just didn't give me that level where I could like fully do it. Maybe I just did things wrong with it, and I don't want to like really try hard anymore at anything. I just don't really want to. I kind of feel like with this place, I get it. You know, the people here, they don't care. They don't give a shit about their jobs. They're just here to get a paycheck. You know, they might get paid weekly here too, like us. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I feel like, do I have to do something in order to get something? Or can I just let go and allow the things that I really want come to me? And that's the journey I've been on, you know. That's the journey I'm on. I feel like now is like, I want things to just come to me without having to try hard. You know, I'm a writer, I'm a day trader, I work in the trucking industry. I got a lot of plates going on. I got a lot of stuff on the oven, you know. I got a lot of fires going. And like, that takes a lot of energy and time. Can I just be instead of doing, I guess is the real question. And once I start being, you know, from that ground of like reality, can something good come from that? And so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this video short because it's going almost to 10 minutes. But I guess going back to my coworker, you know, I hope that person is in a better place. Honestly, I hope they still work here. I'm gonna miss them, but I know that